Hello, Collective. It's that time again. It's time for another exciting episode of Two Tones Twisted Tarot Tales. I'm your host and Twisted Tarot Tale Teller, Two Tone. This is the show where I deliver to you a twisted tarot tale on a public figure. So, hold on to your underwear and let's get started. All right, guys, I'm going to try to do another episode here. I have low resources. I got a tiny table, and I'm getting this intuitive feeling that I need to do one on Merrick Garland. So let's find out who this Merrick Garland is. Merrick Brian Garland is an American lawyer and jurist serving since March 2021 as the 86th United States Attorney General. He previously served as a U.S. Circuit Judge of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit from 1997 to 2021. A native of the Chicago area, Garland attended Harvard University for his undergraduate and legal education. After serving as a law clerk to Judge Henry J. Friendly of the Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit and Supreme Court Justice William J. Brennan Jr., he practiced corporate litigation at Arnold and Porter and worked as a federal prosecutor in the Department of Justice, where he supervised the investigation and prosecution of the Oklahoma City bombers. Garland was appointed to the D.C. Circuit in March 1997 by President Bill Clinton and served as its chief judge from 2013 to 2020. President Barack Obama, a Democrat, nominated Garland to serve as an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court in March 2016 to fill the vacancy created by the death of Antonin Scalia. However, the Republican Senate majority refused to hold a hearing or vote on his nomination. The unprecedented refusal of a Senate majority to consider the nomination was highly controversial. Garland's nomination lasted 293 days, the longest to date by far, and it expired on January 3, 2017, at the end of the 114th Congress. Eventually, President Donald Trump, a Republican, nominated Neil Gorsuch to the vacant seat, and the Republican Senate majority confirmed him. President Joe Biden nominated Garland as Attorney General in January 2021. He was confirmed by the Senate and took office in March of that same year. So I'm not going to go over everything about him, okay, guys? But let's get down to something really quick that I'm really concerned about immediately that is not happening fast enough. Okay. The January 6th U.S. Capitol attack, okay? On July 26, 2021, the DOJ sent letters to former DOJ officials of the Trump administration, including Acting Attorney General Jeffrey A. Rosen, Acting Deputy Attorney General Richard Donahue, Associate Deputy Attorney General Patrick Hovakimian, U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Georgia, Byung-Jae B.J. Pak, Acting U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Georgia, Bobby L. Christine, and United States Assistant Attorney General for the Environment and Natural Resources Division and Civil Division, Jeffrey Clark. The letters relayed that the DOJ would not exert executive privilege over their testimony as witnesses to Trump's attempts to overturn the 2020 United States presidential election or the 2021 United States Capitol attack, and that they were free to provide unrestricted testimony and irrespective of potential privilege to the House Oversight Committee and Senate Judiciary Committee. On July 28, 2021, the DOJ further rejected Representative Mo Brooks's request to protect him in Eric Swalwell's civil lawsuit against him and President Trump concerning his comments and actions in the attack. The DOJ, in a court filing, determined that Brooks's relevant comments and actions were outside the scope of his official responsibilities as a member of Congress. On October 21st, 2021, the U.S. House of Representatives voted to refer Steve Bannon, the satanic hobo, the advisor to former President Donald Trump, to the DOJ for criminal contempt of Congress due to defying a subpoena from the House's January 6 Select Committee over claims of executive privilege. After Speaker Nancy Pelosi certified the contempt referral, it was sent to the U.S. Attorney for D.C., who will then decide whether to send the referral to a grand jury for indictment, with Garland having the final say. Garland told lawmakers that the Justice Department will apply the facts and the law and make a decision when considering a criminal contempt referral for Bannon. He stated that the Department of Justice will do what it always does in such circumstances, will apply the facts and the law and make a decision, consistent with the principles of prosecution. In November 2022, days after Trump announced his 2024 presidential campaign, Garland appointed Jack Smith to serve as special counsel for the investigations of Trump. Okay, I know I'm sort of reading it out of order. Here's something. Attorney General 2021 to present. President-elect Joe Biden selected Garland for the position of the United States Attorney General, with news of the selection coming on January 6, 2021. He was formally nominated by Biden on January 20 after Biden took office. In Senate Judiciary Committee confirmation hearings, Garland vowed to oversee vigorous prosecution of those who stormed the United States Capitol and other domestic extremists, drawing on his experience prosecuting the perpetrators of the Oklahoma City bombing. Garland said it was likely that the Biden administration would place a moratorium on use of the federal death penalty and expressed reservations about the death penalty in light of the almost randomness or arbitrariness of its application. He pledged to protect equal justice under law and reinvigorate the DOJ's Civil Rights Division, which, according to some media figures, languished under the Trump administration. Garland affirmed that the Justice Department will remain independent under his leadership. The Senate Judiciary Committee voted 15-7 to advance Garland's nomination to the Senate floor, and on March 10th, the Senate confirmed Garland's nomination by a vote of 70-30. He was sworn in on March 11, 2021 by Assistant Attorney General for Administration Lee Lofthus. In April 2021, Russia imposed sanctions against Garland, including prohibiting him from entering Russia. This was in retaliation for U.S. expulsion of 10 Russian diplomats, a sanction imposed by the United States against Russia for its SolarWinds hack, aggression against Ukraine, and interference in the 2020 U.S. election. In May 2021, the DOJ appealed in part a ruling by Judge Amy Berman Jackson of the District Court for the District of Columbia to make public most of a DOJ memo detailing former Attorney General Bill Barr's legal rationale for clearing President Trump of obstruction of justice in the special counsel investigation. On January 7, 2021, the Justice Department continued its defense of a defamation lawsuit by E. Jean Carroll, arguing that President Trump could not be sued because he had denied her rape allegation in offending statements in his presidential capacity. Garland had been deeply involved in the decision. The White House quickly distanced itself from the decision. Garland, in a House Judiciary Committee hearing on October 21st, stated that the DOJ's briefing was solely on the question of the application of the Federal Tort Claims Act. On July 1st, 2021, Garland imposed a moratorium on all federal executions pending a review of relevant policies and procedures. The review will examine the risk of pain and suffering associated with the use of phenobarbital. Regulations made in November 2020 that expanded the permissible methods of execution beyond lethal injection and authorized the use of state facilities and personnel in federal executions. And December 2020 and January 2021 changes to expedite execution of capital sentences. This was consistent with Biden's pledge to push for legislation to end the federal death penalty. In spite of this, Garland has continued to pursue the death penalty in cases wherein a previous administration has sought the death penalty against a suspected terrorist. The Trump administration resumed federal executions in 2019 and executed 13 inmates in total, the first in 17 years and including the first woman in 70 years. Okay, so look, there's a lot more about Merrick Garland. But one of the things is they started to find top secret documents at Joe Biden's house and in his garage where his Corvette is and all this shit. And so Merrick Garland had already created a special counsel to deal with Trump. And so he wouldn't be personally involved, but a special counsel headed by Jack Smith would be involved. And so Merrick Garland created a whole other special counsel to deal with President Joe Biden, so that Merrick Garland wouldn't be directly involved. So we see that at least he creates special counsels for both, so it can be as fair as possible. But the problem is this: what Trump has already done, even before he was president, what Trump has already done is already illegal. He should already be in trouble. He should already be in jail. I mean, this is overdue. Okay, so this is basically March 2023, and we need Trump to be in a lot more trouble immediately. So let's look at some headlines really quick. Okay, so at the top here we see something from Above the Law. Stop blaming Merrick Garland for Donald Trump still being not in jail. I'm gonna guess that's what it says. There are a lot of reasons to criticize Merrick Garland's tenure at the Department of Justice. Okay, so here's Department of Justice. Attorney General Merrick B. Garland delivers remarks. Attorney General Merrick B. Garland delivers remarks on civil rights violations by Louisville Metro Police Department and Louisville Jefferson County. Okay. Courier General. Breonna Taylor case. DOJ releases investigation. 3 years after Breonna Taylor was shot and killed in her apartment, U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland released a blistering report on Wednesday. Politico. Louisville Police Department practices violated Constitution. Attorney General Merrick Garland said during a press conference in Louisville on Wednesday the DOJ investigation, the results of which Garland, blah, blah, blah. Department of Justice. Attorney General Merrick B. Garland delivers remarks. Attorney General Merrick B. Garland delivers remarks on the Justice Department's suit to block JetBlue's proposed acquisition of Spirit. Department of Justice. Attorney General Merrick B. Garland delivers opening. Attorney General Merrick B. Garland delivers opening statement before the Senate Judiciary Committee. Okay, Department of Justice again. Attorney General Merrick B. Garland delivers remarks at the United for Justice Conference. President Zelensky, Prosecutor General Costin, and somebody else. Religion Unplugged. Attorney General Merrick Garland testifies what he said. Such was the case when Attorney General Merrick Garland faced the Senate Judiciary Committee. Wall Street Journal. Merrick Garland is a huge Taylor Swift fan. At a congressional hearing on Wednesday, senators grilled Attorney General Merrick Garland on the Justice Department's investigations into Ticketmaster for Taylor Swift's concert. PolitiFact. No, U.S. Senator Josh Hawley didn't make U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland cry. On March 1st, United States Attorney General Merrick Garland testified before the Senate Judiciary Committee during a hearing about oversight of the Justice Department. Whatever. So there's a couple of headlines there, guys. Okay, but I'm deeply disappointed that Trump's not in more trouble immediately today. And so we're going to do a quick reading for United States Attorney General Merrick Garland. Okay. Tarot and Wonderland deck, come to my hand. Haha, yeah. Sorry for the table shaking, guys. Sorry, it's difficult with the tiny table here. So I'm gonna shuffle it. I've already shuffled this 400 times. I'm gonna shuffle it on camera once. I'm gonna cut it. We're gonna cut it. Okay. I'm gonna cut this up. Just like Merrick Garland cut up the different things that needed to be investigated using special counsels. Okay, so now we're going to do a past, present, and future for Merrick Garland. Okay, universe, please give us some cards to tell us about Merrick Garland's past. Whoa, that happened pretty quickly. So this one fell out first. Try to get rid of that glare there. This is the Queen of Swords. The first card for Merrick Garland's past is the Queen of Swords. This came out second. This is the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is the second card that came out for Merrick Garland's past. Let's see here. Okay, universe. Oh, and what was the bottom card for both of those cards? Wow. Trying to get that glare out of there. It's hard. The World card. That's an amazing card. That's the bottom card for Merrick Garland's past. Okay, so we need two cards for Merrick Garland's present. Whoa. This card came out. The Two of Pentacles. This is typically the card of juggling. It even looks like him a little bit. If you look at his face, they sort of look like each other a little bit right there. So the Two of Pentacles is the first card for Merrick Garland's present. Let's get this big face over here real quick. Let me see here. Yeah. Look at that big face of his, right? All right, yeah. Yeah, there you go. And the bottom card is the Five of Cups is the bottom card for the first card, the Two of Pentacles, for Merrick Garland's present. One more card for Merrick Garland's present. Whoa. Oh, it gives me two. It gives me two cards. That's great. I don't have any room for it, guys. So this was the first card, the Three of Cups, for his present. Okay, that's like a nice little party there. Okay, and then the other card it gave me was the Tower card. That's a big deal. So there's a big Tower moment in his present. The problem is it came out reverse. There's a reverse Tower moment in Merrick Garland's present. So I'm gonna try to go like this. I'm gonna try to go like that, guys, because I don't have any room. And the bottom card for those two cards in his present is the Seven of Wands. Okay, universe, we need two cards for Merrick Garland's future. Whoa. That came out pretty well there. Let's see. The first card to hit is the Ten of Cups for Merrick Garland's future. The Ten of Cups is a card. It's a beautiful, wonderful, happy card. It's similar to the Ten of Pentacles. So that's good. He's going to have a happy future there with the Ten of Cups. And the other card is the Four of Wands, which some people say is the 1111 card, is the Twin Flame card, Soulmate card. It's like a happy time celebration card. But also in this card, it's a tea party card. And as you can see back there, there's a house built of cards. And I believe Merrick Garland has gone to the Heritage Foundation and given speeches. And the Heritage Foundation is connected to the Tea Party. So there are some disappointing things there with Merrick Garland. And the bottom card is Strength. So that could be the final root card of the entire reading, or just of those last two, which is his future. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to read from the book some descriptions of these cards. Tarot and Wonderland book, come to my hand. Haha, yeah. All right, guys. So give me a second. We're going to find the first card, which is the Queen of Swords. So this is Merrick Garland's first card, the Queen of Swords. In a reading, the Queen of Swords is a very intelligent person who wields her authority confidently. She has a penchant for rules and a gift for logic, but she is not all theory and abstractions. Being able to assess a situation, determine desirable goals, and make efficient and effective plans. Because her thought processes are so quick, her decisions and opinions may seem arbitrary. But be assured that they are well thought out. Although she is not driven by emotion, she can be cruel, using her skill with language and perceptive eye to make cutting comments. Somehow, she always knows how to find weakness. To gain her support, never attempt to deceive her. Acknowledge her abilities and forget trying emotional pleas. She is not interested in sob stories, but is very keen on making things happen. Keywords: ally, confidant, helper, authority, accomplished, quick-witted, smart, clever, efficient, perceptive, cruel, does not abide deception. So the first card for his past is the Queen of Swords. The next card for Merrick Garland's past is the Six of Pentacles. In a reading, this card suggests that resources are needed and they are also available. If you have a need, there is a way to get it met, but it won't come for free. There will be hoops that need jumping through and paperwork that needs filling out. People need to be contacted. Cases need to be made. Pride might need swallowing. Help can come in the way of scholarship, loans, endowments, or charity. If you are not in need, then this card invites you to consider helping those who are through some method of formal giving. Keywords: charity, fairness, gift, donation, grant, scholarship, loan, sound judgment, taxes, fees, sharing the wealth, asking for help. So that's in his past. So there's a time when he needed to ask for help, or loans were involved, or maybe he has a connection and a relationship with the Heritage Foundation as well as the Tea Party. The first card in Merrick Garland's present is the Two of Pentacles. This is a card typically of juggling many things at once. In a reading, this card describes a situation that feels a little chaotic yet controlled, but only just. You know the feeling. You are busier than usual. Circumstances like weather or traffic make things worse than normal. And right now, guys, the East Coast is getting beat down with snow and wet and winter weather. Your resources are being spent faster than they are coming in, and you are perpetually breathless and 2 steps behind. Unfortunately, we all have periods like this. It won't kill you, Merrick Garland, but it can sure fray the nerves and make daily life really unpleasant. The resources being used up can be money, time, energy, interest, attention. The questions are, how long can you keep this up, Merrick Garland? How is it going to end? Be honest with yourself about how long you can maintain this level of expenditure before long-term damage occurs. One way to get through these times is to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. If there is not a built-in endpoint, then make sure you create one. It'll help you keep going and help you feel empowered as you take control of your situation. Keywords: multitasking, balance, tight budget, comparison shopping, allocated resources, calm or zen-like behavior in the face of crisis. That is definitely true. Merrick Garland is definitely very calm and zen-like in the face of the chaos currently going on in America. The next card in Merrick Garland's present is the Three of Cups. This is sort of a happy office party card. So let's see what's going on here for the Three of Cups. In a reading, this card is that moment when you and your people, even though there are 3 in the image, it really can be any number, create an upward spiral of awesomeness. You all feel really good and confident and think that each other is really fabulous. You feed that shared energy, creating more. It's an exciting place to be, and you can create some good things while in that space. That level of energy cannot be maintained long term, so enjoy it while you can, Merrick Garland. While the original reference for the phrase much of a muchness is something like the American 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, thanks to certain movies, that idea has evolved, just like tarot is always evolving and sacred texts are always generative, to mean something inherently wonderful about a person. Losing one's muchness is a sad thing. In this card, everyone is celebrating their own and their friends' muchness, and as a result, all the muchness grows more robust. Keywords: friendship, family, casual parties, joy, fun, abandon, abundance, celebration, connection, savoring the moment, Merrick Garland. The next card in Merrick Garland's present is the Tower card. This is typically the doom, destruction, disaster card. In a reading, the Tower is a situation, belief, or guiding value upon which we've built an impressive edifice, our very lives. As humans, we are meant to grow, to gain wisdom, and to always become the next best version of ourselves. Therefore, just as one cannot put new wine into old wineskins, we cannot put our new selves into old lives. We must burst out in order to become who we are meant to be. This is part of the transformative process. Transformation is messy. A caterpillar doesn't magically change into a butterfly. Well, okay, it is kind of magical. In between, there is the time in chrysalis, where the caterpillar is completely dissolved and rearranged into a winged creature. When things change, there will be destruction. Sometimes we are as the instigators of change, but change is scary and hard. Sometimes we don't have the stomach for it. In those cases, the universe nudges us along by assisting with the destruction. Keywords: sudden change, upheaval, adversity, downfall, destruction, catastrophe, misery, disaster, ruin, chaos, release, awakening, freedom, and escape. And I think that, so he got this Tower card, but it was reversed. So maybe he avoided a Tower moment. In the very present, right now, this very moment, maybe he avoided a Tower, or it's been lessened. The first card Merrick Garland got for his future is the Ten of Cups. In a reading, this card is very like, and they lived happily ever after. Of course, we know there isn't really a static, unchanging ever after, and that most of the time the ever after is really just the beginning of a new chapter or story. You are at the point in a relationship where stability and shared vision prevail. The relationship is not necessarily personal or romantic, although that is certainly likely. Regardless of the details, as far as the big picture, you are both sharing the same dream and are happy to do so. Joy, optimism, and sweetness prevail as you face the future with confidence and determined goodwill. Keywords: family, domestic bliss, optimism, comfort, tranquility, peace, sanctuary, joy, happiness, deep affection. So that's good. That's good news, Merrick. I want to believe Merrick Garland is a good dude, and I hope that he does have a Ten of Cups in his future. And the final card for Merrick Garland's future is the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is a good card also. But just keep in mind that in the background there, in the back, there's a house made of cards. And we all know what happens to houses made of cards. In a reading, this card makes a celebration of some sort, like the completion of a project, a baby shower, or a birthday party. Some say it can indicate a wedding. The focus in this card is not the object of celebration, but the event itself. The gathering should be one that includes thoughtful preparation and little touches that add a sense of importance and retirement and merriment. The effort will make the guest or guests of honor feel special and honored. And that is the main point. That is all about them. Also, it is only a temporary situation, so everyone involved can agree to be on their best behavior for a few hours to enjoy the food and decorations and to fete the honoree. Keywords: holiday, party, celebration, gathering, honoring someone or something, successful completion of an endeavor, award ceremony, communal achievement. So I think in the future he's going to have a good, pleasant future, and he might even get an award. I really hope that at the end of this year, 2023, there's some serious punishments coming down for the January 6 people and Trump. So I want to get some clarification for these cards for Merrick Garland. Two Tones Infernal deck, come to my hand. Haha, yeah. All right. So I'm going to I've already shuffled these cards 300 times. I'm going to shuffle them one more time here on camera. Shaky camera. Then we're going to cut it, okay? Cut it in fours. And I'm probably just going to do maybe a clarification per section. So, universe, can you give me a clarification for Merrick Garland's past? Wow, that came out like right away. Oh, the thrift card, but it came out reversed. So there was no thrift in the past for Merrick Garland. So he probably owes a lot of money, or he's probably in debt or something, right? Okay, universe, can we get a clarification for Merrick Garland's present? Whoa, two came out. The blindness card came out, but it was reversed. So there's no blindness, which is good. He's not blinded in the present. And this card came out next. Oh, Leviathan. The demon Leviathan is hanging around Merrick Garland in the present. So the Leviathan is a giant underwater beast that is considered this big, huge, tower-like disaster waiting to surface. Wow. So there could be something in the present that's gonna surface and be a giant albatross, I'm gonna say. So, universe, can we get a clarification card for Merrick Garland's future? Whoa, you see that come out? It just came out. And look, the failure card. So it's like Merrick Garland has a chance for this success, but I'm gonna guess because of the Leviathan in the present, his future is gonna be a failure. I hope not. I hope that this is a good man who's trying to do good, and I hope that he's extremely successful. You know, the other thing, Russia banned him from coming there, and you know, there's probably some powerful people putting curses on Merrick Garland, and I wouldn't doubt it at all if they're trying to force demons to hang around him. So maybe we should find out if there's any demons hanging around Merrick Garland. Occult Tarot, come to my hand. Haha, yeah. So let's shuffle this. I've already shuffled it 300 times before. Let's shuffle it right now. Then we're going to cut it into fours. Okay, universe, can you tell us what demon or demons are hanging around Merrick Garland? Whoa, two came out already. This one is associated with the Seven of Cups. Ose, O-S-E, Ose. Makes one cunning in liberal sciences. Gives true answers on divine and secret things. True answers. Sounds like something true justice would do. Give true answers. especially on secret things. Able to turn others into different forms and convince them that the change is real. All right, Merrick Garland. I mean, but see, I think that somebody maybe that's a demon that's hanging around him that he finds that is associated with him, or it could be somebody else put that on him. We don't know. Here's the next card, Amun, associated with the Two of Pentacles. Reveals the past and future, reconciles friends and enemies. I think he's got some friends that are enemies of people that are good guys. Okay, universe. Are there any more demons hanging around Merrick Garland? It's hard to get it going there. Oh. Uh-oh. We got two more. This hit first. The Three of Swords. Sabnok. Associated with, the Five of Swords. Sabnok is associated with the Five of Swords. Builds high towers. This is the Tower card. Builds high towers, castles, and cities. Afflicts men for many days with wounds full of rot and maggots. There's something about a Tower card situation in Merrick's present situation. And then this card is associated with the Page of Cups, Stolos. Teaches astronomy and the values of herbs and precious stones. I think this is sort of an interesting situation. I'm not sure where this is going, but I think that in the present right now, as of March 2023, Merrick Garland is probably right in the middle of a Tower moment that is either going to fully self-actualize, or maybe he can avoid the Tower moment. But he's not blind, and there's a Leviathan that is sort of submerged and probably going to surface. Okay, he wasn't thrifty in the past, so he probably owes a lot of money. And he's got this leopard Osei demon hanging around him. He's got this Amun, Two of Pentacles type demon hanging around him. He's got Sabnok and Stolos hanging around him. And then in his future, there's the possibility of a wonderful Ten of Cups life, as well as a successful Four of Wands tea party. But in the back, there's a house made of cards. And I have a feeling that's going to lead to failure. So I hope that Merrick Garland can be completely, truly successful. But this reading is telling me he needs to take notice of it and find out what's going on and see if anybody puts some demons on him. Because there's one that's sort of hiding underneath, and I think pretty soon it's gonna surface. All right, guys. So thanks for liking, subscribing, and sharing. And please tell all your friends about my crazy ass show. And until next time, guys, I'll see you later.